we have devalued the dollar. The dollar is no longer 20 for 1 ounce. It is now devalued to $35 for 1 ounce. He should have been sent to jail for 35 years for what he's done now. So the American people rush back to buy back their gold. When they bought back their gold, they got only this much. And Uncle Sam kept 41% in his pocket, because the value of the paper had been devalued. So it's no longer $20 to buy back an ounce of gold, it's almost twice as much. You have to find $35 now to buy an ounce of gold. This is fraud. This is fraudulent. This is prohibited by Allah in the Quran 3 times. But our muftis probably didn't read that verse of the Quran when they declared this to be halal. Around the world, 1950s, 1960s, 1970s, 1980s, around the world you see the currencies of those countries which belong to the Jewish-Christian alliance. Those currencies now are called hard currencies. And the rest are now called soft currencies. And these are falling in value, constant devaluation. And the IMF is at the back of it, supporting you to devalue and devalue to become more competitive. But as you devalue, there is a massive transfer of wealth from the unsuspecting masses to that global predatory elite, who not only want to become rich, that's bad enough, and have 3 Mercedes-Benz in your garage. No, they have their sights on something more than that. They not only want to rob you of your money, they want more than that. They want to impose their dictatorship over the whole world so that one man can rule the world from Jerusalem. This is where we are today. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, the time will come when there will be nothing of value but a dinar and a dirham. This is his hadith. And see, we know that this entire fraudulent system is going to collapse. But it's not going to collapse now. It's only going to collapse after he's finished his job and he's ruling the world. And that's going to take another 40, 50 years. He said the only thing of value that will remain will be a dinar and a dirham. What's a dinar? A dinar is a gold coin. The word dinar is in the Quran. Yes. A dirham is a silver coin. The word dirham is in the Quran. Yes. And so there is going to be a tomorrow when even this new international monetary system of electronic money is going to collapse. And gold and silver are going to come back as money. We know that. Well, what do we do in the meantime? This is the most painful part of the lecture now, because this is the part of the lecture where I am myself uncertain. What do we do now? You have to tell me what's going to happen when this financial Armageddon takes place. Around the corner. It's coming. Will make 9/11 look like a footnote. when money around the world crashes, when people are wiped out, and if you have no money, you can't move, you're immobilized. That crash is coming. What do we do to prepare for it? There's going to be chaos. There's going to be bloodshed. There's going to be killing when that crash takes place and money is wiped out. What do we do? I have only one answer, and it is this. If this is a sunnah, this money which is with intrinsic value, gold and silver coins, and we have abandoned the sunnah, there's only one road to walk, and that is to recover the sunnah which has been abandoned. In order for us to recover the sunnah which is abandoned, we have to challenge the law which prohibits the use of gold and silver as legal tender. We have to ask very politely, why are you prohibiting the use of gold and silver as legal tender? In the process of challenging, mounting that legal challenge, we get an opportunity to teach and to educate the way that I'm doing here this morning. I hope and I pray that all of you become part and parcel of the effort that Nick Mahoney has been waging now for many years, to teach and to educate our people about money, to teach and educate our people about the fraudulent nature of the international monetary system that now exists, and the even more fraudulent one that's coming, and to teach and to explain to them the need to return to sunnah money, the gold dinar, which is what is going to come in the future, inshallah. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا يا مولانا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين آمين. You want me there or here? Here, okay.
For question and answer session, please state your department and the bank you are currently attached to. Brother Imran, I now hand over the floor to you.
Well, while you are apart, that surah is Suratul Kahfi of the Quran. I have written 2 books on Suratul Kahfi. The first one is a tafsir of the whole surah, but a modern tafsir, meaning a tafsir written in the modern age. It's a small book, it's at the back. We launched that book last Friday, at Masjid Darul-Islam Tamanta. So that book is not as yet in the bookshops. The second book is a bigger book, which is not tafsir but ta'weel, interpretation and analysis of the stories of Suratul Kahfi. That book explains to us the phenomenon of Dajjal and of Gog and Magog, a term that I did not use in my lecture today. Suratul Kahf in the modern age took me about 10 years to write. I started it 10 years ago in New York, and then I had to interrupt writing that book to write Jerusalem in the Quran. And then for 2 years I was traveling after 9/11. And then I came back home to Trinidad and I completed the book, and it was launched just last Friday. So that book is at the back, Suratul Kahfi and the Modern Age. And then I wrote a third book entitled Signs of the Last Day in the Modern Age, in which I use my knowledge of international politics, international economics, and the Quran to analyze current events unfolding in the world, like the feminist revolution, like the war on terror, and to show the links between these subjects and the signs of the last day. So that book also is at the back. It was launched just last Friday. It has not as yet reached the bookshops, but we have all 3 of those books at the back.